Last night, we witnessed maybe one of the best slate of games so far, with both the Knicks and Nuggets upsetting the heavily favored Celtics and Thunder respectively. Now, in both games, the Thunder and Knicks found themselves in very similar scenarios, except one team executed it to perfection and the other did not. In fact, the Thunder committed a major blunder that cost them the game. The scenario I'm referring to is intentionally fouling up 3. For anyone not super familiar, the idea behind fouling up 3 is to prevent a 3-pointer to tie the game. By fouling, you put the opponent on the free throw line, and if there's not enough time to go down the floor again, you have to then intentionally miss a free throw to get the rebound and make the shot to tie the game. As you can imagine, that is incredibly rare compared to making a 3 for the tie. In fact, in last year's playoffs, there were a few times where teams had elected to not foul and they got burned. The Knicks were one of them as they were up 3, and Tyrese Maxey got a good look from almost half court to tie the game, and the Sixers ended up winning. However, the Knicks learned their lesson in Game 1 against the Celtics. In overtime, they were up 3, and Josh Hart just missed a dagger shot. So, to prevent the Knicks from setting up, the Celtics elect to not call timeout. The ball's in Tatum's hands, and Towns does a great job closing his gap before recovering to Brown. With the game clock winding down, Towns fouls him before he gets the shot off. This was perfect execution. The Knicks played good defense for about 10 to 12 seconds, and Towns went to foul when Brown didn't look like he was gonna shoot. Notice that Brown's pretty upright, so Towns commits the foul way before Brown puts that up. That leaves Boston with only 3 seconds to draw up a play, and as expected, the Knicks blow up the Celtics play and win Game 1 of the series. Now, just 2 hours later, the Thunder found themselves in a very similar scenario. Up 1 and needing a stop, they swarm Aaron Gordon at the rim, and Caruso tips the ball away, which then ends up in Shea's hands. Without a shot clock, the Nuggets have to foul. Unsurprisingly, Shea makes both free throws, and the Nuggets call timeout to try and draw up a play. So let's set the scene here. It's a 3-point game with 13 seconds left, and the Nuggets have 0 timeouts while the Thunder have 2. And I want you to keep that in mind as you keep watching. On the ensuing inbound, the Nuggets try to get Nikola Jokic free for a 3, and Caruso fouls him immediately to send Jokic to the line. Now, this is not necessarily the worst decision. Yes, Jokic is pretty far from the basket, but Caruso knows that he's not planning on shooting out there, so it's not the worst foul. Jokic does end up making both free throws to make it a 1-point game again. The Thunder take a timeout to advance the ball, and this is where things get interesting. For whatever reason, Nuggets coach David Adelman decided to take Nikola Jokic out of the game. Yes, you want to get your best defenders on the floor to try and get a steal, but the Nuggets don't have any timeouts, so even if they get the ball, now they're operating without Jokic, which doesn't make any sense. What I believe Adelman was thinking was to just commit the foul and get Jokic back in for offense. But on the ensuing inbound, the Thunder essentially spread the court out so Shea can catch the ball on the run, and he dunks the ball so now Jokic can't get back in the game. Except when the ball goes to Aaron Gordon, the Thunder foul him immediately to send him to the line, and this is when I was really scratching my head. The idea of fouling up 3 isn't necessarily bad, but this is where situational awareness is important. Jokic is not in the game, and there's still around 10 seconds left, which is a ton of time. With all the great Thunder defenders, they could have definitely just pressured Gordon up the floor and, like Karl Anthony Towns, figure out the best time to foul. Even if they played this straight up, that's probably a better choice than fouling so early. Not only do the Nuggets not shoot threes, you're also shortening the game by not fouling that early, which then lowers any chances of costly errors. Anyways, by fouling Gordon, the Thunder let Jokic come back in the game. In addition, because Gordon made both free throws, the Thunder now have to take their final timeout, and it's on them to continue making free throws to push the lead back to 3. So, the Thunder try to run the same play again to get Shea free, but Aaron Gordon's face guarding him, so he can't get the ball, and that means it's Chet's turn to take the free throws. Now, Chet shoots free throws at 75%, But as you know, pressure free throws are a different animal. Because he missed the first, that opens the door for Denver, and you know the rest.
It rims out. Brown grabs it. 7 seconds left. Westbrook, 5 seconds. They're down by 1. Gordon, got it!
Because the Thunder fouled so early, they don't have any timeouts left, and Jalen Williams has to chuck up a 60-footer that's not even close, and that's how the Nuggets stole Game 1 on the road. After the game, Coach Mark Dagnall was asked about fouling so early, and he said that he didn't think it was the wrong decision. Now, whether that's gamesmanship or just an emotional response, the reality is the Thunder shot themselves in the foot by taking the fouling up 3 strategy a little too literally. By fouling so early, they extended the game, even though they were winning, which opened up opportunities for them to make mistakes, and that ended up costing them the game. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe. Appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.